Audience, thoughts? Any super chatters out there want to talk about this guy getting ambushed by the fact that his wife is banging a cocaine fiend? Anybody? Oh, we got $10 from Will Heron. It says, ha 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 ha. How's that hot tub stream hitting you now, buddy?
Well, let's go ahead. Some people had some interesting clips out of these. I'm not going to listen to the whole 8 minutes because, imagine that. We'll listen to a little bit of this. He did a debate stream last night, and he had this Thai beard on, and I never understood reading the chat and then getting mad at the chat. It's like hitting yourself in the head with a hammer and then being mad at the bump. Or mad at the hammer. You're sitting there picking it up. You're reading people shitting on you and saying really hurtful shit about your case and everything else. And people you either like or hate. And you're letting it trigger the out of you and get you all angry. Just let it go, man. Let it go. Secure people. Just let people, like in my YouTube chat right now, I bet you there's a bunch of people just going, you f***ing suck. You're terrible. You're the worst guy ever. You're a piece of shit. You're just as bad as he is. NLO rules, blah, 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 blah. I'm sure there's all of that. Enjoy the show. Or don't. As Will Sasso said, or don't. Come here to shit on it, whatever. That's what the comment section is for. That's what the chat is for people to enjoy the show however they'd like. They don't have to enjoy the show the way you want them to. Let's go ahead and watch some of this and break some of it down.
Will Heron says, Nick, can you speak on how April is, and is she living with you all? Let me answer in reverse order. No, she's not living with me or you all, whoever you all is.
That is interesting. I don't want to feed like Kayla left rumors or anything like that, because obviously I'm the last person who would know. But no, she's not living with me. She's not living with whoever you all is. Huh. That's either him trolling the internet a little bit, which would be kind of brilliant, or that was a bit of a slip. But then again, in that hot mic thing, he said, could you go ask? Never mind. So that there's somebody else in the house. But this is an interesting thing. And Nick does this a lot, especially since he's in a legal ordeal. Nick is the king of the half-truth. Nick is the king of taking a nugget of something, ignoring the greater idea, or playing stupid and pretending he doesn't know what the person's talking about, and then just addressing literally this one little item and going, ha, see, good. It's a child. Again, it's a 16-year-old child's tactic. But the person asked, is April living with you? He goes, let me answer in reverse order. April is not living with me or us, whoever we are. April is in the house next door. So April's on the property. And April was on the hot mic during that stream. I don't think she went, quote unquote, home to Nick and Kayla's house that night. You should ask, is April living on a property with your name or trust attached to it? That would be the question to ask. I mean, yeah, her having her own living space in the house next door and then just spending a lot of time and having a lot of sleepovers over there. Yeah, technically that's not living there, but you know what that guy meant. There's a difference between, that guy asked him a question that gave Nick enough wiggle room to kind of weasel his way out of it. He's very good at weaseling.
Can I speak on how she is? I could probably speak on my opinion of how she is, but I'll let her speak for herself if she ever chooses to.
Wow, that's mighty. That's mighty whitey. You'll let her? Wow. You hear that, guys? He's going to let her. That's kind of a Freudian slip too. He doesn't see himself as kind of a narcissistic cult personality. He doesn't see himself that way. So you can't look at him and tell him that. He'll deny it and he'll believe he's telling the truth. But there's those little phrases that you use. I'll let her tell you how she is. It's like, what do you mean you'll let her? I thought she doesn't live with you. You don't have any control or contact or anything else with her. What do you mean let her? You have no control over that unless you do.
Daff B3TA says, hope you escape without too much hardship. Would love to have Unbreaded come back, Mr. Lawpope. keep an eye on the channel tomorrow. Looking to stream sometime tomorrow. Maybe it might still be in the evening.
He does have the look and the demeanor of someone who is, I will say, remarkably stressed out. Like remarkably, not quite end of your rope, but end of your rope adjacent. Like, I almost feel bad watching these because, again, the optimum situation would be all of these people that some of them I used to love, some of them I was good friends with. The optimum situation would be they get their shit together, they stop abusing substances, they quit cold turkey on cocaine, alcohol, every drug they've ever done, every stimulant, every depressant, every mind-altering substance, chemical, whatever you want to call it, everything. And they become a sober person, and they start collecting chips, and they start one day at it. Basically, if they all became 1 day at a timers, that would be the best possible scenario. It would be best for their kids. I don't think they want to have a messy, disgusting house if they're sober people, but I think if they're inebriated, they don't give a f. So if they get to the point where it's 1 day at a time, we've all got another 24 hours, I think all the other stuff will kind of help clear itself up. But this is a guy who's really struggling right now, and understandably so. But if you're struggling, how about just a small amount of humility then? Stop pretending that you're owning the world. Stop pretending that you're going to change everybody's mind or that all these other people are crazy. Stop gaslighting the shit out of everybody. You would be a much more sympathetic figure if you came to people and just said, I'm hurting, I'm stressed, I'm struggling, I'm having this problem, that problem. Now, maybe you shouldn't do that. Maybe you should just turn off the cameras and be with your family, however you can, work towards reuniting your family. But this is an exercise in futility.
Dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Oh my God.
Thank you, President Biden. President
He looks
Trump.
like me a couple streams ago.
That's right. He did beat Medicare.
See, poking fun at himself a little bit. I mean, I guess that's all right, but, that is what led to your door being beaten down and them taking drugs out of your home and taking your kids away from you. I don't know if that's the best joke. Looks like me a few streams ago. Joe Biden actually could have used some coke last night. If he would have showed up with a little white powder on his nose, people would have been ready for a show.
Okay, he beat it to death, and he's destroying Medicare. But in inflation,
He wants to cut the
caused it
cops.
by his tremendous.
He's not the only one.
See, that's a little. And I know people are going to shit on him for that and be like, your kids are out of the house and you're making cops jokes. And what's he supposed to do, guys? Gallows humor is, I mean, it's one of the ways you deal with shit like this. You got to imagine the world this guy lives in. Like, I'm still heartbroken from my divorce and everything else. And it's difficult. It's hard. Doing this show helps me immensely. Now, I don't have felony charges. I can say whatever the fuck I want. I can talk about whatever the fuck I want. He can't. So that's got to be doubly tough.